Hello there, Divination tribe, and welcome back. If you couldn't tell by the title of this video, this is for all of my fire signs out there. So if you have Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius anywhere in your natal chart, then this reading is for you. It can also apply to my cross watchers out there, so welcome. Okay, so your angel numbers for this month are listed at the top of your screen. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into your messages. So for my fire signs, you guys have soulmate energy coming in here, okay? So if you haven't been with me for quite some time, then you may not know that I do strongly believe that we do have multiple soulmates in this lifetime. I do feel like for every level of yourself that you evolve to requires another version of yourself, okay? So for example, if you were with someone at the age of 16, you are not the same person that you are at the age of 25, 30, 40, 50. You know, sometimes our soulmates do evolve with us and vice versa. Sometimes we evolve with our soulmates, and at other points in times, depending on your life, purpose, they may not, or you may not, and it will require a new soulmate. So in your case, I do feel like a lot of you guys have definitely matured with the King of Cups when it comes to a soulmate connection, okay? However, I do feel like there are multiple people at play here. For some of you guys, it may be two separate individuals. For others, it may be more or less, who knows? So with that being said, I do feel like you are in fact involved in a soulmate connection, okay? I do feel like through this experience, you may have become more wiser. You may have developed emotional intelligence, or this may have been one of the soul lessons that was a requirement for this connection, okay? I do feel like this individual comes to you for some sort of emotional support or advice, or vice versa. You may go to them because they have this almost, calming effect over you, or you go to them for your emotional support, okay? So with that being said, with the 10 of Summer, you may have built a family dynamic or connection with this person, meaning your families are very close, or you've become a member of their family, or vice versa, they become a member of yours. For others of you, you may have started a family with this person, meaning you have you share a child or children together as well, okay? So you trusted this person at one point in time. However, with the Page of Swords here, I do believe that something may have changed, okay? It's possible that maybe you are seeking some sort of understanding when it comes to this soulmate connection. Maybe you're questioning whether or not this is the person who can in fact evolve with you. Maybe you're questioning whether you have outgrown this person, or vice versa, if they have outgrown you. Some of you may even be questioning whether this person has an outside family, or a connection with someone else on the side. You may even be under the impression that maybe they are playing some sort of emotional games with you, meaning they are an emotional manipulator in some way. With the Four of Clubs coming in here, there's definitely a lot of tension between you two. I do feel like you are awakening or transforming in some way, or you're being called to awaken to your personal truth. Whether it's regarding, acknowledging what this connection truly is, or just acknowledging who you are within this relationship in your role, okay? So you may be feeling like this person is in fact, like I said, an emotional manipulator, or they could be some sort of like an energy vampire. They may be depleting your energy in some way, or even stifling your spiritual evolution, your growth. So your guides are encouraging you at this time to regroup, recharge, and rest. And that makes a lot of sense, especially since we have so many planets in retrograde at this time. So there may be some sort of unexpected news that may come in that sheds some sort of truth or light on a situation that maybe you were questioning, because that Page of Swords is someone who is seeking the truth. They're spying, they're snooping, they're going through mutual friends or family members to figure out what's going on behind their back, okay? So whatever's hidden in the dark will eventually come to light, and it will force a lot of you guys to either change your current situation or awaken to a truth. And when you figure out the truth, you have no choice but to make a decision, okay? So now's the time to reflect. Now's the time to seek guidance from within yourself. release old programming that you may have had surrounding love and relationships and what it looked like for you. I do feel like you guys are going back to the drawing board, you know, because a lot of people, when they see soulmate, they instantly think this is it, this is all, this is the one I'm supposed to be with through thick and thin. And that's just not the case. That's why I'm telling you guys that you need to really do your research and figure out what the definition of a soulmate is for you. Okay, there's many levels. Okay, so Spirit is encouraging you guys to release old programming, to step into a new frame of mind, to find peace within yourself, and to also stay optimistic moving forward. Okay, you do have this coupled with the Wheel of Fortune, meaning that there is some sort of a turn of events that's coming in for you. Although it may not look favorable at this time, with the Wheel of Fortune upright, I do feel like it is probably like a blessing in disguise. Okay, even if things aren't going quote unquote in your direction or going well for you, understand that there's always, you know, hidden underlinings to every situation, meaning it will always work out in your favor, even if it has to fall apart before it can come back together. Okay, so there are miracles and opportunities unfolding for you that will move you in a new direction. It will also help you to uncover certain unhealthy patterns within yourself that maybe you are perpetuating at this time. So you are going to start seeing the connection between certain events, and things are going to start to align and make more sense for you. With the Sun card coming in here, this is about you getting to the heart of the matter. Like I said, honoring your true self, getting to your truth, stepping into the light. Okay, so whatever has been hidden will be illuminated. So you will realize the truth, and you will be forced to make a decision. Okay, I do feel like there is some sort of juggling, multitasking going on here, whether it's on your behalf or this soulmate's behalf. I do feel like there is someone who may be stepping outside of the relationship or who may be keeping their options open. This also could represent you possibly seeing another side of this person that you never seen before, and it causes you to realize that maybe you weren't truly living in your truth, or this person wasn't who you thought that they were. So when it comes to making a decision, you will have to decide, you know, quickly. Something will happen suddenly that kind of like snaps you into reality or grounds you in some way, and you will have to make a decision that's best for you. You may also notice that this person was in this situation or in this relationship for themselves, for their own, you know, glorification, gratification. They may have been only, you know, looking to boost their own ego, or they may have been with you almost like it's almost like you were a trophy, you know, like what's the word that I'm looking for? It's almost like you were a prize, you know. They just felt, you know, prideful or vindicated just because you were on their arm, but it wasn't necessarily about the connection or love, you know. Maybe it was like a very superficial connection. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. So when it comes to what needs to be worked on or released, it's clear as day. Spirit is advising you guys to keep an open mind when it comes to who your soulmate truly is. And see how it all comes together. You have soulmate here, okay? So they're saying whatever reality that you created for yourself may come crumbling down suddenly. It may come as a surprise or a shock to a lot of you guys, but it will aid you in the end. I always say sometimes you need to be broken open in order to fully be put back together. Sometimes you have to go back to the drawing board in order to put together all the pieces. In order for it to make sense, sometimes you have to wipe it clean and start over again. So I do feel like if you were in fact in a superficial relationship, if it wasn't really based off of the connection or love, I do feel like that will fall away from you at this time with the Tower card coming in. And Spirit is encouraging you that this is not the end of the world. This is not, you know, it's not completely devastating. It may feel like it in the moment. However, this is all about you releasing what no longer serves your highest good, starting over again, and having a clean slate, you know. So whenever I see the Tower card, I do refer to it as ground zero because that's the way Spirit shows it to me. So once they clear out all the debris, all the unnecessary baggage, you're left with a clear slate or an open mind where you're able to usher in a new energy, meaning your actual soulmate. So Spirit is saying that your soulmate is someone who is different from your usual type, different from the patterns that you usually have, you know, repeated in the past that did not pan out well for you in the end. So it's time for you to clear out that old programming and be open to something completely different, but it's for your highest good. So with the Seven of Spring, this is about you being assertive. This is about you not backing down from what you believe in. If you believe in soulmates, if you believe in love, if you believe in yourself and a higher power, then understand that that belief will cause you to make certain decisions, even if it's painful, you know? So they're saying courageously stand up for yourself and what you believe in and what you want. So this will require the death of the old you and the rebirth of the new you. You're being called to cut out what's no longer necessary for your highest good. You're being called to change your status. For a lot of you guys, this means walking away from a long-term relationship, walking away from someone you share a child or children with, walking away from a job that no longer serves you, walking away from family members who may be keeping you in a certain mind state that does not serve you anymore. You know, this is about complete I almost said change and transformation in one word. You guys forgive me, I'm stumbling through all of these readings, okay? But this means complete transformation and change, okay? Moving forward. So you may feel stuck. You may feel like, you know what, I'm in this in-between state. You may feel like you are, you know, of this world or in this world, but not of it. You may feel like you don't know what's up, what's down, what's left, what's right, what's wrong. You know, like you may not know where to go next, but this is about you not having all the answers, but trusting that everything is always working out for your highest good and surrendering, you know, to the experience. So this leads you to the Three of Hearts. This is about a new beginning, a rebirth, okay? This is about you coming into more positive energy. This is about good times unfolding. However, with every karmic test, with every ending, the universe will try you repeatedly. They'll use the same lessons over and over and over again, but it'll come in different packages, okay? So it may be, you know, in a form of friendships or, you know, romantic partnerships or even family members. They'll use the same, it'll come with the same energy, the same soul lessons, but it'll be a different package, okay? So different name, different face. It'll start off different, it'll start off good, but then ultimately it'll lead to the same experience, okay? So this is about you being tempted in some way, okay? To see if you truly gained the soul lessons, to see if that tower moment truly taught you anything, okay? So this may even result in a betrayal for you, okay? For those of you guys who may not be fully aware or who may not have, you know, passed the test, it will tempt you in some way. This can also represent you getting caught up in like a love affair or a third-party situation. So you need to make sure that you are truly loving yourself, honoring yourself, that you are moving from a space of integrity and emotional intelligence, okay, and discernment. That way you can see this before it comes. There will be people who turn against you, people who betray you at this time, but ultimately it's going to lead you to the people who you align with the Three of Pentacles. This is about teamwork, coming together with like-minded people, organizing, coming up with a plan, coming up with a solution, functioning as one, okay? Working towards a common goal. But understand that even if you get to this place, you have to undo all of your past experiences, okay? This is about you feeling restricted, but it's only in your head. If you're not ready, if you're not prepared to get to this point, then you will self-sabotage yourself. You will cause yourself to be restricted in some way, to be confused, to feel powerless or victimized in some way. You will cause yourself to stay trapped or blinded because you fear taking responsibility or doing the work. So understand that there is no savior outside of yourself. You have to ultimately save yourself. Think long and hard before moving forward. before moving forward. Come up with a plan for yourself. Find inner peace within yourself before you can find it outside of yourself. Understand that everything starts with the mental, the swords, your mental self, your spiritual self. You need to take a break from the outside world in order to reconnect with your inner self, your inner God, to find a new perspective on a situation. This is about you coming up with a game plan, spending time alone in solitude, finding your inner voice and trusting it completely, and also allowing it to help you tie up whatever loose ends that you may have regarding the past, okay? Until you're able to really face that truth or that part of yourself head on, until you're comfortable with, spending time alone, understand that you will find yourself, getting caught up and wrapped up in the same old situations that leads to ultimately your demise, So you need to come up with a solution. And the solution is within you. You know the answers. You just have to trust it and be willing to sacrifice in order to receive a better outcome, okay? So when it comes to what you guys can expect, I do feel like there will be many conversations. Like I said, with that Four of Swords, you will be tying up loose ends with people who were a part of your experience, a part of your journey, a part of your growth in your past, but they're not meant to be part of your future. You will take those soul lessons and apply them to your future, but that doesn't mean that these people necessarily have to go with you, okay? So there will be many heart-to-heart conversations, especially for those of you guys who still have some sort of dealings or financial obligations with these people, meaning you share a home, property, a business, a child, children together. You will have to still, have certain discussions with these people. They may not want to hear it, but it's time that you put an end to an ongoing pattern, or as I like to say, generational, curses. It's time that you put an end to that. And the way that you do that is addressing it head on, facing your fears, and calling it out. So I see you guys calling certain things out, okay? Understand that justice will be served. Regardless, it's not really up for you. You can call it out, but it's not really up to you to be the one that serves this other person. This can also represent a legal matter where you're actually having to chase somebody down and serve them with papers. However, for the most part, it's not up to you to be the judge and the jury, okay? The universe is going to take care of that. Justice will be served. What goes around comes around. It's number 8 in this deck. Okay, so no matter who tries to outrun their karma, understand they can run, but they cannot hide. We're in a different time right now where everyone is getting their karma instantly. Okay, you can't get away with anything. So if someone has taken from you, if they've abused their power over you, their trust with you, if they have lied, cheated, still threw dirt on your name, understand that they will be served. They will be served. So just do what's right for you. Always remain in the highest version of yourself. Always remain in love. Don't stoop down to anybody else's level. Don't allow them to pull you down into their shit. Okay. So understand that, again, as long as you're doing right will also be done upon you. You are completing a lot of karmic soulmate contracts at this time as well. The scales are also being balanced. It's up to you to decide whether it's in your favor or not. Okay. So with the 7 of Clubs, it's about you bringing forth fruit in your season, meaning no experience is ever wasted. You may have felt like, oh, I wasted my time with this person. They did this, I did that, and it was just all a waste. No. Everything that you've done up to this point will be judged, okay? And those of you guys who have always operated from your highest self, from love, as long as you went into it giving it your all, even if a person did you dirty or wrong or whatever, understand that you're always going to reap the rewards. You're always going to be blessed and favored, okay? So there will be new developments. You guys are awakening. You are transforming in all areas of your life, not just in relationships, but also when it comes to work and career as well. You're having a different outlook when it comes to your spiritual awareness. You are learning how to disconnect from, the material world and focus more so on your spiritual self. You're focusing and reconnecting with your inner God, your inner self. You're seeking higher knowledge. You are setting certain plans into motion. You're organizing, you're paying attention to details, you're visualizing your future, you're taking care of yourself, you're loving yourself. You're no longer overextending yourself to individuals who are not pouring into you. Okay, you can no longer pour from an empty cup. Sorry, you guys, I keep stammering, but I can't help it. It's too many planets in retrograde. Okay, so you are also receiving a lot of your heart's desires with the Nine of Cups. It's about blessings, wishes. Your heart's desires coming true. Okay, but you have to come out of this this state of fear. A lot of you guys are still not really trusting. You're untrust. Well, I don't want to say you're untrustworthy. You really don't trust people around you, and it's because you're a bit paranoid. And it's not to say that this isn't justified, because you have been done wrong by a lot of people around you, whether it's friends, family members, partners, co-workers. So you don't really trust it. Even when something good is coming your way, you don't really trust it. That's why Spirit is saying that with the Queen of Pentacles, you have to understand your worth. You have to trust in yourself, in a higher power, in the universe. You have to understand that if you've always operated from your heart chakra, from your heart, from love, from that love space, the love that you have given out to other people, you've been very caring, you've been very nurturing. People have trusted you and you've trusted them, and understand that's going to come full circle for you. So if you've always been the Queen of Pentacles, where you gave and gave and gave, where you supported, without expecting anything in return, I do feel like it will come back to you. You just have to trust that it will. Okay, so let those guards down and understand that you will be presented with the Ace of Pentacles, which is prosperity. You will be blessed with opportunities. Your creativity will start to open up and flow. You will be able to make a real world impact as well. So you will see tangible results from the hard work that you put in. Like I continue to say, no experience is ever wasted. Okay, so with that being said, let's move on to the overall outcome for you guys. You have to love yourself the way that you want to be loved. I've said this many times. The way that you love yourself, care for yourself, respect yourself, and treat yourself is the way that other people will love you, care for you, respect you, and treat you. So you set the blueprint, okay, for how others will receive you. Okay, so self-respect makes you more attractive. Okay, when it comes to mending broken ties, or relationships with family, or someone that you share a child or children with, you can forgive this person. You can have peace between you. But for those of you guys who don't love yourself, you're gonna allow this person to come in because you forgive them time and time again, and they're gonna disrespect you time and time again because you don't respect yourself enough. You don't love yourself enough. So you have to set those boundaries by first being the blueprint. Like I said, love yourself the way you want to be loved. Treat yourself the way you want to be treated. Respect yourself and care for yourself the way you want to be respected and cared for. Okay, you can forgive someone. You can co-parent with someone. You can be around someone, but as long as you respect yourself, you're always going to have those boundaries, and they're not going to be able to cross them. Okay, with the Five of Autumn coupled with the Chariot card, this is about you reaching out to other people for assistance. It may not be the best time for you to make any major career moves at this time, especially with all these planets in retrograde, but you can still be planning for your future. Okay, but there is a lot of change on the horizon for you guys. So you may be met by certain challenges, but understand that whatever is happening now is just a temporary pause. It's just a temporary roadblock. But with the Chariot, as long as you stay focused on what you know you deserve and what you want, as long as you have discipline and willpower in your mind and set for success, you will overcome whatever temptations, whatever comes your way. Okay, so step into your personal power. Don't allow anything to tempt you or distract you, and rise above all the BS. Okay, this is also about mastering yourself, having emotional intelligence, knowing your worth. So the 10 of Clubs is about you completing one cycle of your life. Like I said, you guys were completing karmic cycles, karmic soul contractual agreements. So you guys are transforming, you're awakening, you're completing one cycle, preparing for a new one. You are being advised and encouraged to commit yourself and to continue going forward, push forward no matter what, because you will come into good fortune and in success for yourself. So there are favorable new beginnings for you. Be aware that there will be people around you who did not help you get to where you are, who will have their hands out. So be aware of needy individuals. Understand that you are not obligated to pull anybody up necessarily. If it's from the heart, if you really feel like, this person needs my help, then help by all means. But understand that there will be people who did not help you get to where you are, who did not go through the struggle, who did not do the work, who will be like this. Help me, give me this, give me that, who will try to profit off of your sacrifices, okay? So just be aware of that. Be proud of all the work that you've done. Be proud of who you are now. Don't allow anybody to remind you of who you were in the past. Let those people go. Reclaim your power. Know yourself, and to your own self be true, okay? You may even travel moving forward. I see a lot of, good things coming in, the good life. You may even be invited to gatherings in your future. So reunions, weddings, graduations, birth of a child, things of that nature. So yeah, commit yourself to your purpose. Commit yourself to new opportunities. Whatever ideas that you have, do what you need to do to make it work, okay? Release the past with the Star card. Release emotional baggage that no longer belongs to you. Have more optimism and faith in your future, okay? In order to usher in new energy, new opportunities, new people, you have to release the old. You have to make way for it, okay? Do not be afraid of speaking out. Don't be afraid of expressing yourself. Don't be afraid of going against the popular, what am I trying to say? Don't be afraid of going against the current or the tribe. I don't know. Y'all tell me. Express yourself. Be true to yourself. Don't be afraid of rocking the boat, okay? Don't be afraid to act. Don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to go against like the popular crowd, okay? Do your own thing. Be your own person. And just have faith in yourself in a higher, better future. So with the 3 of Cups coming in here, I do see you aligning yourself with like-minded individuals, a new community, being in flow. You're going to learn to open up and finally trust other people. You're going to put yourself back out there. I see you finding your true purpose. And like I said, just aligning with people who share your same dreams, hopes, and goals, okay? So this can also represent you finding out, that, someone that you were dealing with could have also had you in a third-party situation. And that may be, the straw that breaks the camel back, or the thing that gives you that or ignites that fire to get you going in a different direction. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for your love and support. The message that I'm leaving everybody with this month is, we've been at war for quite some time. It's the spiritual war. You may see a physical war going on outside of us. However, it's always been about us. It's always been an internal struggle or battle to rise to your highest level or form of self, So with that being said, you will be called. We're all being called to pick a side if you haven't already. And you have to figure out what that means for you, okay? So if you are interested in a personal reading with me, I can always be contacted through my website, which is blvd.com. I love you all. And my cards are still, they're now available again. So my vintage key Cartomancy by Law Divination are now available on my website. Again, I love you all. Until next time.